Hi, this is student attendance register developed using visualbasic.net. Right here I have the numbers, and here I have the student number itself, student name, and the course code. And here is where you enter either if they are present or absent. But you can select this, drop that down, and just select either present or you can select absent. And you can even clear it, or you can just decide to select fill it all, because you may have a lot of students, which might take a lot of time. All you just need to do is to click on this, and that's it, they're all present. Then you can select one or two of them who is absent. This guy is absent too, and this guy is absent. Maybe this guy is sick. Let's say you don't know the face of this guy, small looter. So you come there, get to see who small looter is. You can see the name and the student number. And all you need to do is, once you are satisfied with whatever is happening, you can just click on save. Once you click on save, you get how many students attended that very day. And you can see the dates right there as well. Up here we have the register number itself. And we also have the course details, that is access to higher education within this year and this year. Well, just for you guys to know, this tutorial was at a request of someone. There seems to be an error here. That should be 2016, so let's get that sorted. Why I then take you guys straight into the new Visual Basic development environment, and I'll show you how to put all of this together. So I'm just going to clear and show you how it works again. You can enter all absent and enter those who are present. And here we have one or two present, and just click on save. In total, you can see that there's only 4 present. Okay, so that's how the system works. Well, let me show you one or two things here. You see, I can always fill it up like you saw earlier, but I also have other marks that you can enter, which include absent, sick, we have late, and we have authorized absent right there. In the case of late and authorized absent, those ones you can always write any other code you want to get this one sorted. But for the ones that are present for the day, you can always see the total right there is all 16, like you saw earlier on. Or maybe we should then add late as well. So what I will do now is take you guys straight into Visual Basic development environment and show you how to put this together. So let's go into VB now. Okay, now we're in VB. We're just going to have to develop a new project. Let's click on new, select Windows Forms application, click on OK. Alright, that's my form there ready. So let's specify the width and the height of the form. Click on that and just enter about 1680 by 700 there. So the next thing I'll do is right there, I need as follows. Let's go for group box. I need a group box here, and I also need another group box right here. It's right here. So I have my 2 of my group box there. So let's change the color of this group box as follows. Not the font color. In fact, I don't need the font, get rid of that. So I just want the background change. Let's come here, there, and repeat exactly the same thing to this one right there. Delete the text content and just change the back color there. And now, since that is ready, let me position it the way I want. Okay, just drag it along, and that's it right there. Move it up a little bit, and there. Okay, the next thing I have to do now is let's get some labels into it. So I need labels, one there. Let's copy along too. Okay, those are my labels ready now. I think I'm gonna need one more label. Then I also need a couple of buttons, 1 and 2. Then the date. Let's get the date right there. Let's paste that right there. Okay, if I run it, this is how it looks right now. So what I'm going to do now is just speed it up and get back to you guys. Okay, this is how the new register is looking right now. So what I then need is to add some labels here. So let's add some labels right there, because right here I now have labels for the numbers, student number, name, course code, and I will enter some codes in this very combo box, this very command box as well. Save and the clear button. So now let's just finish the interface. So I need a label here, so let's change the property of this very label, change that to false and make that fixed single. Okay, delete the content in there and just copy it across. Have one here, another one here, and one for the course code as well. So extend that, yeah, for the name, and I'll just speed that up. Okay, this is how the interface is looking right now. I've also decided to add numbers there, and that's the course code. Now I have 17 of those. I might as well just make that 20, just like the other one you guys saw earlier. And here I need a combo box and a text box to complete this column of the design. So let me just complete this and get back to you guys. Okay fellows, now I have all of my all of my labels in place. All that's left for me is now to add a combo box there. Maybe just copy this very combo box there, copy it here. So I'm gonna need 20 of those. Okay, that's looking good. Alright, so I also need some text box. Okay, let's position it properly. So I will now speed this up and get back to you guys as well. Okay fellas, this is how the design is looking right now. I've already covered the combo box with text box. So if I move this, you guys can see what I'm talking about. Can you see that that's a combo box I added earlier, and here there's small combo box underneath, and there as well another combo box. Okay, the next thing is to start with the coding, but just before then, let me run the program. You guys see how it looks. That's it. That's how it looks. There's nothing in there, so it's not actually doing anything right now. The only thing that is a little bit that is functioning is just the dates. Okay, so let's start with the coding really. But before that, I think I should move this a little bit into the design. Let's just select that, move it in here. Yeah, maybe like that a little bit more. And why not move this there? Let's run it again. Okay, yeah. Okay, just before I start coding, right here, those are labels, and here is a picture box. Let me show it to you. Labels, you can see that. Labels right there, and I have some picture box here. Okay, I have the following. They are all labels, but I've given them a name, LBL name and LBL ID right there. And underneath here I also have just labels and LBL total present. I've given each of these names as well. Oh no, I didn't give those name, no name there. Name, but the student ID, the student names, those ones have names, and these ones have names as well. Okay, so let's just start with the coding. The first thing I'll start with is the form load and the form activate. So double click on the form Okay, with the form load, I'll like the form to load as follows. So, which means combo box dot add the following items. So combo box 1 will definitely add the following. So if I run the program now, this is combo box 1 right here. It's actually underneath. Let me open it up. So maybe I should just say text box 1 dot visible equals false. Yeah, so I've actually made text box 1 false there. That's it. So I can then select whatever I want in there. So I would repeat exactly the same thing for the rest of the object in here. All of these text box will become visible, will become false, and the combo box will contain as follows. So let's go for text box 2. Okay, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is 7 actually. Now the following, copy that. That will become combo box 2. So undo. Let's add a bit of space. Combo box 2. So that you guys can see how I've put this together. So if I run it now, what you see is you only see this content inside combo box 1 and 2. Why text box 1 to 7 will be invisible. So let's click on that. You can see text box 1 to 7 is invisible. If I click on text box 7, there's nothing in there. But text box combo box 2, there's something in there. Combo box 7 is empty. Combo box 5 is empty as well. Combo box 1 has as follows. So I will now go back to the codes right there. So and I will then speed it up. Okay, just copy and paste as follows. Okay, let's just speed that up. Okay, I've completed the coding for all of the combo box and the coding for text box 1 to 20 as well on form load. So as soon as the form load, all of the text box becomes invisible and the following appears on each of the combo box. So if we run this program now, those are the lines of code. I'm just scrolling up so that you guys can see it. So it's all the same. So if I run the code now, right now, I can select any of these and say you are present or you are absent and so on. Okay, I've completed the coding, so that's fine. One other important coding I want to put in place is this very combo box there, so that I can select it and code this very button to populate the following column. So let me get that one sorted. I will also use form load for that. I think it's actually combo box 1. So let's copy that as combo box 21 and place combo box 21 right up there. I'm going to place that there, so make that 21. And delete as follows, because I just want it to show present, absent, and so on. Take that off. I don't have to have full details on it. Okay, so I think we're making progress now, so that's fine. So let's run it, but just before that I might as well just save this. So I just call it append underscore register. Okay, save that. Now run the program. If I click up here, you can see I can select any of these, and the next thing I need to do is to be able to click on this so that I can populate all of this. So let's do that now. Okay then, so the next thing is to program this very one, but just before then let me give this very button a name. Let's call it btn fill. btn fill, or let's call it full, that's fine. If I double click on it, all I need to say is if combo box 1.text equals as follows, enter. Alright, then that will be combo box 21, sorry. Then combo box 1 itself dot text equals, that will be present, equals present there. So we have that for combo box 1. Maybe just scroll up and just copy and paste the rest of the content in there. Okay, I can copy and just change that. Alright, so I'll just enter that and change all of these to text. Copy, change that to text, equals text. Actually, I'm just sort of like feeling a little bit lazy. Okay, repeat exactly the same thing for this one, and that will be all for the first combo box. So if I run this, if I run the program now, this is what will happen. If I click on this and click enter, combo box 1 becomes that. Okay, authorized absent, which is wrong. It's supposed to be present anyway. Okay, that is wrong, and I suppose you get the whole idea. So let's change that. Let's double click on this, go back into the code. So all of this should be, let's replace that with as follows. That becomes 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're talking of 2 here, 3, 4, okay, and 5. So that's just for 5 of them. So I can also repeat this. That will become else. Copy that. Else if is this. Okay, close that. Then there should be 0, and 1 becomes this, and just change it around. Okay, paste and change this one to 2, 3, 4, and 5 itself. Copy, paste it right underneath here. 5. Alright, so if I run the program now, select anything here, select present, and that's what you get. Or supposing I select thing that was absent, that's what you get. And then I suppose you get the whole idea. So what I will do next is just populate it and get back to you guys. Okay, for the fill button now, I've completed that. So anyone that selects here, supposing I select late, you see everybody's late. If I select sick, everyone is sick. If I select present, everyone is present. So I can always then go there, change how I want, or what I intend the system to, what I want the system to do. I can just select whichever I want. Okay, but let me show you the code I have in here. So let's go in there, come up here, double click on the fill button itself, and there guys, those are the lines of code from here down. However, if you need this code, you can always email me and I'll forward it to you guys. Okay, that's the first part of it completed. Let's continue. Okay, the next thing I will do now, because I intend to take care of the clear button, is might as well enter some images here. Go to project, select the name, that's the name of my project right there, and go to resources, and in here select image and add existing image. I have all the images I intend to use right here. So click on that and just select the name of the images I intend to use. One. I need another one. Cancel that. Okay, another image as well. Okay, that'll be number 3. Yeah, that's fine. I intend to use those images as the pictures of the students, so I need one more image for my institution itself. So let's look for any good image. I think, let's see. Yeah, that will do. Right, I have all my images there. So since the images are taken care of, let's save before I forget. Then right here, do as follows. Okay, double click on the clear button, enter the following lines of codes. That's to clear combo box 21, the total present, and that is the image right there. I've just added the images and cleared as follows. That's the text content I want that to remain on board. And here I've just cleared combo text box 1, combo box 2. So if I copy this, just press enter and enter as follows. And do that. Let's add enough space there and just change this to 2. And what I'll do now is just speed that up and get back to you guys. Save. Let's speed it up. Okay, the clear button is now in place. So if I run my system now, let's run it. Come in here, select present, add that together, click on clear, and that is it. The clear button is working as expected. So let me show you one thing again. If I run the program, you can see there's no image there because I've not asked the form to load up the image. So I might as well just take care of that. Now let's go straight into the clear button. Copy the following lines of code, asking the form to load up the image. Paste that there. If I run the program, this is what you get. You see the image there. So even if I enter anything in there and clear, that still remain in place. Okay, now let's speed up the whole process of this program so that you guys can see how I finally put it together. Okay, the next thing is to double click on the form itself and select as follows. Let's go for activate. When the form activates, I want the following to take place. Add all of the names. Those are the names that I want the system to add. Maybe let's change that. Sam Peters. Okay, and this one becomes, let's say, Tony. And here, see that? Let me declare my variable in there, local variable as integer. So the local variable is in place. Okay, I did have a local variable declared. Let's get rid of that. I'll get rid of this. Close this up and just delete that. Alright, good. And maybe I should change this to maybe 2. Yeah, that's fine. I've initialized it as 21,243. That's fine. Okay, let's see. So if I run my program now, that should initialize and populate all of these. You can see that it's incremented by 20 as follows, and the names are there. And this one works as expected as well. Right, so one or two things that is left now is if I click on the save button, I want how many students that are present. I want it to appear here. And if I click on this guy here, I want him to tell me show me the pictures and who the student is. So let's do that now. Okay, the next thing I'll do is double click on this label, enter the following lines of code. So this is the image that will show up, and the student details, everything will appear. So if I run it now, click on Paul, that's what you get. That's Paul's image, and that's the student number. If I click on Peter, there's nothing there. There's nothing happening here. So let's repeat exactly the same thing. So if I double click on this guy here, paste the same line of code, undo that, that's an error, paste it right there, and just change this one to 2. That's 2, and that is 2. Maybe change the image of these to image number 3. If I run it now, image number 3 is there, and that's image number 1. Number 3, number 1. But what is left for me to do is just populate the rest of it, and I'll get back to you. Okay, this is how the rest of the picture box of each student are looking, and details about each of the student. There they are. So that's 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Okay, you can see 13 there, 12. See, the codes are similar, so there's nothing for you guys to worry about. And that's the very first one there, you can see that. Okay, so if I run the program now, I can just click on any student and you see the student image. I've refused to use other people's picture because that might not be allowed, so I've just made up my own. Okay guys, so the next thing that is left is if I enter and I change, supposing I change that to sick and that to absent, I want the total of students in there. When I click on save, I want that to show. So let's do that now. Okay guys, now I've entered the other lines of code. Those are the lines of code that count how many students are present, or how many are in total, how many students are present. So there they are. So I've run the program for you guys to see, so that you can see how it works. So let's run it now. Let's populate the whole system. Okay, this guy here is sick, this guy is absent, and this guy has an authorized absent. So if I click on save, there we have 17 students present. So guys, that's how you develop your own student register. With that, I'm just going to call it bye for now.